Hello everybody, and welcome to the Season 2 finale of the Gaming Gallery.
To celebrate the fact that we're getting even more awesome content for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in the form of Fighter Pass 2, we're following the Ultimate footsteps, because
everybody is here.
Not just those who are channel regulars, every single special guest we had on the channel has returned to help with this video.
Hey everybody! I'm the Otaku Artist.
I'm Mini Minchino.
Hello, my name is Like Saga.
And I'm Joey64.
Thank you for inviting us back here!
So, what is it exactly that we're doing?
Right, we should explain that.
We'll be going through every character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and discussing some random fun facts for every single character.
But wait, what about Fighter Pass 2? Shouldn't we wait until that's done to make this video?
this video is also being made before anybody was announced for Fighter Pass 2, so in this episode we'll only be going up to Byleth.
Once Fighter Pass 2 is finished, we plan on making a follow-up video discussing those characters.
Sounds great. So, shall we begin?
My name is The James Rolls.
I've been Green Cobras Gaming.
I'm Pancake Armor Man.
And I'm Lady Gear. So without further ado,
Let's get this over
with.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate marks the 100th game Charles Martinet has performed voice work for Mario. He's the first voice actor to achieve this in the video game industry.
Donkey Kong has appeared in every Smash game to date, yet he still doesn't throw barrels in his moveset. What the heck, Nintendo?
Link is easily one of the most recognizable and beloved characters in the gaming industry. One of Link's more defining traits from earlier Zelda games was the fact that he's left-handed, just like his creator, Shigeru Miyamoto. This character trait would be seen throughout most of the Super Smash Bros. Games, but would change in Ultimate to match his right-handed Breath of the Wild incarnation. Link was first right-handed in the Wii version of Twilight Princess and later Skyward Sword, mostly due to the motion controls used for the sword combat. However, E.G. Onuma claims he was made right-handed in Breath of the Wild because the combat buttons were on the right side of the controller.
The plot twist at the end of Metroid, revealing the main protagonist to be a woman the entire time, is without a doubt one of the most important moments in gaming history. So it's only fitting that one of the most important women in gaming would become the first female character in Super Smash Bros. This was always going to be the case, even in the earliest builds of the game, which featured only Mario, Donkey Kong, Fox, and Samus.
Dark Samus marks the first playable character in Super Smash Bros. Who was created by an American company. She debuted in the Metroid Prime games, which were developed by Retro Studios. Due to her status as an Echo Fighter, Dark Samus is the only fighter on the character selection screen who wasn't a member of the original 12, a nickname given to the original 12 character from the first game.
Shigeru Miyamoto has revealed that ever since the original Super Mario Bros., he had the idea of Mario riding a dinosaur companion, but it couldn't be done with the hardware limitations of the NES. That was until the SNES graced us with the awesomeness that is Super Mario World. Kirby was created by the director of Super Smash Bros., Masahiro Sakurai, when he was 19. While Sakurai loved his creation, he left the Kirby series due to the pressures of continuously making sequels. With that said, Kirby seems to have a continued influence on the Smash series, with Kirby Air Ride acting as an inspiration for Smash Run in Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS. Despite Kirby's relative easy-to-learn fighting style and simplistic design, Kirby is one of the most difficult characters to develop for since he has a copy ability for every character.
Some characters have unique dialogue if they win against specific characters. For example, if Fox wins against Falco, he said,
"Fox, better up next time, Falco."
Pichu is without a doubt one of the most famous fictional characters in history, or rivalry even that of characters like Mario and Mickey Mouse.
Luigi is the only character in Super Smash Bros. Melee that was playable on the Nintendo GameCube before the release of Melee. as Luigi's Mansion was released 2 months before Melee in Japan.
Ness has the honor of representing the best Veil game ever. Many key developers who worked on Earthbound went on to work on Super Smash Bros. Series, with Brawl even expanding on the lore of Earthbound. In the trophy for Ness's Final Smash, it's said that Pooh taught Ness how to use PK Starstorm in preparation for his battle in Brawl.
Show me your moves! It's speculated that Captain Falcon's model in the original Super Smash Bros. Game is a updated model of the fighters in Dragon King, the fighting game, the prototype build that would eventually become Super Smash Bros.
Jigglypuff was included in the original game because Sakurai figured that he could base Jigglypuff movesets off of Kirby's, due to their similar body builds. Because of this, Jigglypuff is considered a semi-clone in the original game, although they wouldn't be considered a clone in future installments. Jigglypuff is the only playable Pokémon in the Smash series who went through a type change in the original series, becoming a normal fairy dual type in Pokémon X and Y.
Peach holds the record for the most appearances of a female video game character in the industry. In Japan, her name was always Peach, but when Super Mario Bros. Was localized in English, her name was changed to Princess Toadstool. She kept the name for nearly 10 years until the release of Super Mario 64, and since then, she's been known as Peach worldwide.
Since her Smash debut in Melee, Peach has always had a palette swap to resemble Daisy. This was until Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, where Daisy appeared as a playable character. Finally. To help avoid any confusion, Peach's Daisy colors were removed.
Nintendo of America is currently run by Doug Bowser after Reggie Fils-Aimé retired in 2019. Having a similar name to a Mario's famous rival has certainly led to some fun and jokes during Nintendo's presentations, most notably during Nintendo's E3 2019 Direct, where Bowser appears alongside Doug Bowser after a misunderstanding. However, this joke would have gone over the heads of most Japanese fans since Bowser's name in Japan is Koopa. So in the Japanese version of the Direct, on-screen text explains the gag.
The Ice Climbers were added to Super Smash Bros. Melee to represent Nintendo's NES era. Other candidates for this slot included a racer from Excitebike, Bubbles from Clu Clu Land, Takamaru from the Mysterious Murasame Castle, an Urban Champion, Mach Rider, and Ayumi Tachibana from Famicom Detective Club. However, when the time came to develop Super Smash Bros. 4, the Ice Climbers would get cut from the roster due to hardware limitations. While the characters were fully working on Wii U, the 3DS struggled to keep up with them. Sakurai said that the team even went as far as to disable gravity to get them working, but in the end, they were cut from the roster. Sakurai figured they were a low-priority character, since it's unlikely that they'd appear in a new game anytime soon. That said, remnants of the Ice Climbers could still be found as a glitch that will cause the audience to chant Nana Popo.
Sheik holds the record for the most unique incarnations used specifically for a Smash game. While her Melee version used her Ocarina of Time design, her later appearances were never used in an actual Zelda game. Sheik's appearances in Brawl and Smash 4 was based off of an unused design for Twilight Princess, which can be seen in the Hyrule Historia. However, Sheik never appeared in that game. Her ultimate design is based on what she would have looked like if she appeared in Breath of the Wild. As you can see, it looks exactly like the Breath of the Wild outfit for the Sheikah outfit. Zelda's appearances throughout the Smash series have all been based on her different versions. Melee was based on Ocarina of Time, Brawl and Smash 4 were based on Twilight Princess, and Ultimate is based on A Link to the Past. It's unknown why her Skyward Sword design wasn't used for Smash 4, considering that was her most recent appearance at the time. During her reveal for Ultimate, Sakurai's reasoning for using her A Link to the Past design was due to her Breath of the Wild version being more into research than fighting. Which is kind of not true at all, considering she's been fighting Calamity Ganon for 100 years. and in A Link to the Past, and A Link Between Worlds, all she does is get kidnapped. Spoiler alert! The more likely reasoning is that Zelda's appearance in Breath of the Wild wasn't finalized until late in development.
Dr. Mario currently has the highest amount of victory screens, since the color of his pills are randomly generated. Between the 81 potential color combinations, there are over 6,000 potential victory screens for Dr. Mario. The only character who currently comes close to this is Joker, since his final smash can become a victory screen if it's going to KO his opponents.
Pichu may have had some interesting character development across the Smash Bros. Series. Pichu made their debut in Super Smash Bros. Melee as a sort of joke character. They were a clone of Pikachu who was weaker in almost every way, even damaging themselves for most of their moveset. One thing Pichu had over their evolved counterpart is wall jumping, as Pichu can wall jump in Melee but Pikachu can't. In the following game Brawl, Pichu was cut from the roster. However, Pikachu in Brawl gains the ability to wall jump, and their alternate costumes bear a striking resemblance to Pichu's from Melee. This may imply that Brawl Pikachu is an evolved Melee Pichu, meaning it was actually Melee Pikachu who was cut from the series.
Falco's last name, Lombard, was chosen as a thank you to Paul J. Lombard, who worked on the special effects for the 1993 Super Mario Bros. Movie.
While Fire Emblem was a popular series in Japan since its earliest days, none of the original games were localized internally for the longest time. With the release of Super Smash Bros. Melee, Fire Emblem would be exposed to gamers outside Japan for the first time with the inclusion of Marth and Roy. However, this almost didn't happen. When localizing the game, Nintendo of America considered removing any references to Fire Emblem from the North American version, because the series had no history in the region. Thankfully, they were left in the game, which undoubtedly paved the way for Fire Emblem to become what it is today.
Alongside the other clone fighters in Super Smash Bros. 4, Lucina, Dr. Mario, and Dark Pit were all originally going to be alternate costumes for Marth, Mario, and Pit, respectively. As development continued, Sakurai's team felt the desire to introduce unique attributes to these characters and give them their own character slots. Lucina also has the brand of the Exalt on her left eye in-game, although this would be near impossible to see in normal gameplay.
Young Link seems to be based off of his appearance in Ocarina of Time at first, but it's more likely the Young Link in Smash comes from Majora's Mask. Evidence that backs up this theory includes Young Link being able to use a bow and an arrow, his home stage being the Great Bay Coast, etc. Speaking of his stage, the infamous moon can be seen off in the distance of the Great Bay Coast stage, slowly crashing into Termina until the giants stop it. In Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, the moon also appears as an assist trophy. However, the moon cannot be summoned on the Great Bay Temple stage, since it also appears as a background character. The Super Smash Bros. Series has had its share of leaks over the years, but without a doubt one of the most noteworthy ones comes from Nintendo themselves. In a video promoting Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS, Ganondorf could be seen in an off-screen bubble before he was officially announced. I betcha the guy who recorded that footage at Nintendo got in trouble for that. The video was quickly taken down and re-uploaded with the Ganondorf clip removed, but the fanbase had already seen it for themselves, so it was too late. Ganondorf was also added to Super Smash Bros. Melee towards the end of development, as Sakurai figured he could work as a Captain Falcon clone due to their similar body builds.
Mewtwo alongside Bowser and King Dedede were partially worked on during the original's game development, but didn't make to the final cut. Mewtwo will go on to debut in Melee, but he'll be cut from the roster with the release of Super Smash Bros. Brawl for the Nintendo Wii. This was likely due to time constraints, although Mewtwo seems to have had the most finished work done of all the scrap wall characters, even having a fully functional Wii remote sound play for when they be selected. Mewtwo later returned to Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, making the first ever DLC character for the series.
Roy holds the honor of being the first KO during the series to debut in a Smash game before their own series. Roy's first appearance in a Fire Emblem game, with the release of Fire Emblem The Binding Blade, launched 4 months after Super Smash Bros. Melee in Japan.
Chrom was Masahiro Sakurai's first choice for a Fire Emblem newcomer in Super Smash Bros. 4. However, he decided on Robin instead, as he felt Chrom wouldn't be unique enough from the other Fire Emblem characters at the time. With the introduction of Echo Fighters in Ultimate, Chrom made it in as an echo of Roy, which is weird considering Viridi states he's too similar to Ike in Super Smash Bros. 4. So wouldn't he be an echo of Ike?
Mr. Game & Watch holds the honor of being the oldest playable character in the series, debuting in 1980, a month before Pac-Man. Mr. Game & Watch's character model is actually 3D just like everybody else, but he's flatted into a 2D model during gameplay. This same trick is used for everybody on stages like Mute City or the Game & Watch stages.
Meta Knight was the first character in Smash history to be banned from tournaments. Many competitive players felt he was too good in Brawl, as he had several low percentage killing moves, way too many good recovery options, and in general, was just way too difficult to fight against. While some would argue that Snake would be a good counter for Meta Knight, he was proven to be too good and was banned from tournament play. He'd eventually be nerfed in future installments, making him tournament legal again.
The Kid Icarus series and Smash Bros. Series had a great effect on one another, mostly due to Masahiro Sakurai working on both games. Pit was one of the first newcomers announced for Super Smash Bros. Brawl, introducing Kid Icarus to the series. After Brawl's development, Sakurai would later go on to work on a reboot of the Kid Icarus series, focusing on rail third-person shooting. Smash's influence on Kid Icarus Uprising is very apparent, as Uprising makes several references to the series. For Sakurai's next game, Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, the Kid Icarus series saw some major changes to resemble the Uprising version. This includes a new moveset for Pit, which replaces nearly all of his specials with Uprising moves. Kid Icarus Uprising characters will also discuss every fighter in this game. If Pit triggers a special taunt on the Palutina's temple stage.
Super Smash Bros. Expands on the lore of the Kid Icarus series. During Palutina's guidance from Dark Pit, it's revealed that Dark Pit now works for Viridi. All that said is that their goals happen to overlap, although what that is unclear. Viridi also claims that Phosphora and the Lightning Chariot are under her command, even though Pit uses the Lightning Chariot for his final smash in Ultimate.
Samus in her Zero Suit form has become a fan favorite among Metroid fans. This version of Samus first appeared in Metroid Zero Mission, later appearing as a playable character in Brawl. In Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, 2 new costumes were introduced based on the endings from Metroid Zero Mission and Metroid Fusion. According to Sakurai, these costumes almost didn't make it into the final game, but they were finished in time thanks to a dedicated female developer. In Super Smash Bros. Brawl's Tournament and Subspace Emissary modes, Zero Suit Samus' name is actually misspelled as Zero Suit Samus.
In an interview, Masahiro Sakurai has confirmed that he's wanted Wario to appear in the Smash series as far as Melee. While some rumors claim that he was considered for the original game, the only cut characters who had any actual work done were Bowser, Mewtwo, and Kennedy. However, Sakurai has said that if they had the time and resources to include one more character in Melee, it would have been Wario. Snake was a first for many reasons in this series. Not only was Snake the first third-party character to appear in Super Smash Bros., but he was also the first character who originated from an M-rated game. The Metal Gear Solid series is also the only one in Smash to have its series emblem changed across games. This is due to the original symbol being associated with series creator Hideo Kojima, who left Konami on rough terms. To distance Kojima from Smash, Konami insisted that Sakurai change the emblem. And fun fact, during the Psycho Mantis boss in Metal Gear Solid on the GameCube, Psycho Mantis will read Snake's mind by reading the GameCube memory card. Prior to Super Smash Bros. 4's release, it was common belief that the Fire Emblem characters will feature Marth and whoever was the main character of the most recent game. This was true with Roy in Melee and Ike in Brawl, which is why it was so surprising for the fans to see Ike return in the 4th game. Ike is known in Smash as a strong and slow character, but that's not entirely the case in his original appearances in Fire Emblem. In Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, Ike's speed is actually higher than his strength, meaning he should technically be faster in Smash. Ike was likely made as lower character in Smash for balancing purposes. A similar thing could be said about Violet, who's one of the slowest Fire Emblem characters in Smash, even though they run super fast when exploring Garrick Magma Monastery in their own game.
Squirtle wasn't Sakurai's first choice for a 3rd Pokemon in the Pokemon Trainer trio. He originally considered Blastoise, but felt Squirtle fit better with the idea of evolution in Pokemon, Squirtle being the first evolution, Ivysaur being the next phase, and Charizard being a fully evolved Pokemon.
This next fact is more related to the Pokemon Trainer themselves rather than Ivysaur. Snake's codec conversations returned in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but none of them were changed for the game, nor were any additional lines added for the new characters. This leaves some amusing oversights, such as characters referring to Ultimate as Brawl, as always referring to this Pokemon Trainer as male, even if the female character is being used.
Charizard was the only Pokemon from the Pokemon Trainer trio that make it into Super Smash Bros. 4. The reason Squirtle and Ivysaur were cut was due to the 3DS version. The 3DS's limited processing speeds made it impossible for characters to transform into another character mid-battle, meaning the Pokemon Trainer had to be reduced to just a single Pokemon. The 3DS limitations were also why Zelda and Sheik, and Samus and Zero Suit Samus became their own fighters. Charizard is also the first Pokemon to become a playable character who was originally summoned from a Pokeball, acting as a Pokeball summon in the original game and Melee.
There's evidence in Brawl's code to suggest that Diddy Kong was originally going to be part of a 2-in-1 fighter alongside Dixie Kong, with players able to swap between them, similar to Donkey Kong Country. The idea was scrapped due to programming issues, and Diddy Kong became a solo character.
Lucas was originally going to appear in Super Smash Bros. Melee, where he'd replace Ness as the Earthbound representative. Thankfully, both Ness and Lucas would appear together in Brawl.
Banjo and Kazooie are not the first Smash characters who were owned by a competing game platform company when they were first introduced. During the development of Super Smash Bros. Melee, Yuji Naka approached Masahiro Sakurai with the idea of including Sonic the Hedgehog into the game. At this point in time, Sega was still a competing hardware company with the Sega Dreamcast. Sonic could not make it into Melee as they were too far into development to include him in the game. He barely made it into Brawl, with the game even being delayed so he could be included. This is why Sonic doesn't appear in Subspace Emissary until the final boss. Sonic the Hedgehog is also no doubt the fastest character in the game, go figure. He's so fast in fact that under certain conditions, he can even outrun the Iceborg on the summit stage.
Despite the fact that Masahiro Sakurai is no longer developing Kirby games, he still provides voice work for King Dedede in Super Smash Bros. King Dedede is also one of only 4 characters to have their final smash changed in every game since Brawl, the others being Pit, Zero Suit Samus, and R.O.B.
In a realistic sense, OLIMAR should be the shortest character among everyone in Smash, only being the height of a GameCube memory card. In Brawl, OLIMAR could have up to 6 Pikmin follow him, but hardware limitations on the 3DS version meant he could only have 3 Pikmin in Super Smash Bros. 4 for the 3DS. To compensate for this, OLIMAR plugs the Pikmin in a specific order in SSB4 and Ultimate, making it easier to strategize with them. Winged Pikmin were also added to his moveset, but the Rock Pikmin so far are the only Pikmin not to be represented in Smash. This is because Alph was originally going to be a clone of OLIMAR who'd use Rock Pikmin. But unfortunately this was scrapped and Alph became an alternate costume for OLIMAR instead of an Echo Fighter. Very disappointing for us Pikmin fans.
Lucario and Mewtwo are currently the only 2 Pokemon characters that don't emerge from a Pokeball during their on-screen appearance. Lucario is believed to have been taking inspiration from Egyptian mythology. the Egyptian god Anubis would judge the hearts of the dead based on what they'd done in life. This may have inspired Lucario's Aurora ability, which at least in Super Smash Bros. Tells Lucario if someone has a good or evil soul as shown by a cutscene where he meets Snake.
R.O.B played an important role in making the NES as successful as it was in North America. Prior to the launch of the NES, an oversaturated game market of poor quality titles caused the biggest crash in the gaming industry's history. To win over the public, Nintendo decided to release the R.O.B accessory to market the NES as more of a toy than a game console. Thanks to that, the NES quickly became a success and restored the public's image of the industry. All thanks to our robotic operating buddy.
Toon Link made his debut with The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, which wasn't well received when it was first announced, unfortunately. A tech demo showing off a battle between Link and Ganondorf led many Zelda fans to believe the series would go with a realistic art style in the future, so seeing a super cartoonish game happen instead threw a lot of people off at the time. Nowadays though, The Wind Waker is widely considered to be one of the best games in the Legend of Zelda series. That said, Toon Link's portrayal isn't entirely accurate. In every Smash game so far, Toon Link is always shown using the Master Sword and Hylian Shield together. But this is technically impossible in Wind Waker, since by the time you get to the fully powered Master Sword, your shield at that point would have become the Mirror Shield. This is likely done since the Hylian Shield has a well more known design.
Wolf was the Sakurai's first choice when it came to picking a Star Fox Newcomer in Brawl. Originally he wanted to include Crystal, but in the end he went with Wolf since it would be easier to base his movesets off of Fox and Falco, and our scriptwriter and editor would always hold a grudge against Wolf because of it.
Villager was highly requested for Smash Bros. Brawl due to the popularity of the Animal Crossing series. They weren't included as Sakurai felt the innocence of Animal Crossing would be ruined by including the characters in a fighting game. He eventually changed his mind for Smash 4, with Villager being the first newcomer announced for the game. Also, it's technically impossible to name a town in Animal Crossing Smashville, as the character limit prevents this, at least up until New Leaf's release.
During Super Smash Bros. Brawl's development, there were plenty of rumors of a third-party character in the game. By far the most requested one was Capcom's Mega Man. This played a large role in his eventual inclusion in Super Smash Bros. 4 for the Wii U and 3DS.
The Wii Fit TRAINER's debut game, Wii Fit, played an important role in making the Wii as successful as it was. The Nintendo Wii had a larger focus on non-gamers, so a simple workout game was definitely a must-have for those with shiny new consoles back in the day. However, another important thing in Nintendo's history also debuted in Wii Fit. Woohoo Island made its debut in the first Wii Fit game, back then known as Wii Fit Island. Woohoo Island would go on to appear in many Nintendo games such as Wii Sports Resort, Pilot Wings, and of course Super Smash Bros. What's interesting is that in beta footage showing a scrapped airplane flight game in the original Wii Sports, we could see a very early version of Woohoo Island. This mode would later see the light of day in Wii Sports Resort. As for the Wii Fit Trainer, one fun fact is that they have the highest count of unique voice actors across the different languages. They even have different voice actors for American and British English.
Good posture begins with a strong base.
Good posture starts with a strong base.
And something kind of interesting is that after the Wii Fit Trainer's debut in Smash and the release of Ring Fit Adventure for Nintendo Switch, it seems like more and more people are hoping for the Ring Fit Trainer to join Smash as well.
Rosalina is a fan favorite among Mario fans, quickly gaining a strong following after the release of Super Mario Galaxy. Rosalina is currently the only non-Fire Emblem character to have a unique victory theme compared to the other characters from the same series, not including villains. Rosalina is currently the tallest female character in Smash, likely in reference to the ending of Super Mario Galaxy. Despite this, Rosalina is a lightweight character, explained by Sakurai because she has a zero-gravity effect. But the exact opposite is true for the Mario Kart series, where Rosalina is considered a heavyweight.
Similar to how Charizard was the first Pokeball Pokemon to become a playable character, Little Mac would go on to become the first assist trophy to become playable in a future game. He'd later be followed by Dark Samus and Isabelle. Sakurai usually always saves a character slot for a new Pokemon character to represent the most recent generation. In the case of Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, this was for Pokemon X and Y. Sakurai chose the final evolution of the water starter, Froakie. Due to X and Y still being in fairly early development, Sakurai was only given concept art and vague descriptions of what the final evolutions of the Kalos starters would look like. With so little to work with, Greninja was decided upon, and ultimately made it into Smash.
Just like Villager, Mii characters were also considered for Brawl, but end up getting cut until Smash 4. Sakurai was also concerned over Mii characters being used for online bowling, which is why in Super Smash Bros. Brawl for Wii U and 3DS, Mii fighters weren't available in with anyone mode. For Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Sakurai changed this, and now Miis can be used in Ultimate's online modes.
Mii fighters, alongside Palutena, were the only characters in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS to have their own custom moves available from the start. When unlocking everybody's custom moves, a special message will read, "Your body is ready," referencing Reggie Fils-Aimé's infamous quote during an E3 demonstration for Wii Fit.
Mii fighters, like everybody in Smash 4, were tournament legal when the game was first released. However, as the time went by, they became increasingly difficult to play under tournament rules. Some tournaments had Miis only available under certain height and weights, with very specific movesets. Eventually, Miis were banned altogether, although some tournaments still allow them under certain conditions.
As of this video's release, Palutena is currently the only playable character in the series who made their Smash debut as an NPC. Not only that, but Palutena was also the only NPC in Brawl's Subspace Emissary mode. On a similar note, Palutena also currently holds the only record of a character appearing in someone else's final Smash before being playable in a future game. Palutena also nearly caused Super Smash Bros. 4 to be delayed due to censorship issues. When Super Smash Bros. 4 was submitted for the Japanese ratings board, they insisted on making sure that the underdresses for the female characters didn't show too much skin. Palutena's dress is one of the more revealing outfits worn by a playable Smash character, so Sakurai constantly struggled with the ratings board to keep Palutena's design faithful to her character while keeping the game within an E10 rating. In Kid Icarus Uprising, which was also developed by Masahiro Sakurai, Palutena and Pit briefly refer to the Smash Bros. Series during one of the tutorial videos. Palutena mistakenly refers to the series as Super Bash Sisters.
Pac-Man was a personal request from Shigeru Miyamoto during Brawl's development, as Pac-Man is his favorite video game character. Sakurai had trouble figuring out a moveset for him, so he didn't make it into Brawl. Pac-Man would go on to appear in the following up game, particularly due to Namco Bandai's involvement with Super Smash Bros. 4's development.
Robin was a first for many reasons when it came to Fire Emblem characters in Smash. They were the first to be a playable avatar, first to not have a counterattack, first to have a male and female variation, and they were the first to utilize the weapon durability system used in all Fire Emblem games, except Gaiden and Fates. Sheik's announcement in Super Smash Bros. 4 is unique, as he was the only character in the game announced in a Japan-exclusive Nintendo Direct. This is likely due to Xenoblade Chronicles being a fairly unknown game outside of Japan at the time. However, Sheik's inclusion in Smash may have very well played a large role in the series gaining more popularity in recent years. Even though Xenoblade Chronicles ads sold just as well as you expect a Wii U game with no advertising to sell, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, on the other hand, was the first game in the series to sell 1 million units. And fun fact, most of Sheik's Monado art do originate from Xenoblade, but Jump and Smash were made specifically for the Super Smash Bros. Series. And one last fun fact, when playing on Gaur Plains with Sheik, Metal Face will have unique dialogue for him. Before the release of Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS, the infamous ESRB leak will reveal the game's entire roster weeks before launch. Alongside these leaks were the unannounced newcomers, Sheik, Dark Pit, Duck Hunt, and Bowser Jr.
Despite the European version calling him Duck Hunt Duo, this fighter is actually a team of 3 characters: the dog, the duck, and a gamer using a zapper off screen. Duck Hunt's infamous laugh can be seen on their on-screen animation, victory screens, taunts, and Final Smash. And when they walk, the dog will sniff around the same way it does in the original Duck Hunt.
The Super Smash Bros. Series has had its fair share of leaks over the years, and Super Smash Bros. 4 was no exception. Aside from the infamous ESRB leak, the game's first DLC Newcomer was leaked ahead of the official reveal. Not only was evidence of Street Fighter found in the game's code, but somebody even managed to get the code running with Ryu and the Street Fighter stage fully functional. They then declared it was the best idea to stream their early Ryu footage, and the stream was quickly taken down by Nintendo.
Just like Ryu, Ken is one of the only characters in the Super Smash Bros. Series to have 2 Final Smashes. And just like Ryu, Ken was also leaked ahead of an official announcement. A screenshot showing Ken on Moray Towers was posted online months before his reveal. The authenticity of this image was heavily debated among Smash fans until the character was officially confirmed.
When Nintendo held the fighter ballot to include fan-requested characters in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, Sakurai noticed a large majority of requests were for Final Fantasy characters. These include Terra from Final Fantasy VI, Bards from 5, and Fusuya from 4. Some sources also claim Noctis from Final Fantasy 15 was also considered, but we can't find anything to confirm this. In the end, Cloud made the final spot due to his enormous popularity and number of fan requests. However, Square Enix is notoriously picky when it comes to their IP, so Sakurai and his team had to work with the best they could get. Due to a number of reasons, such as Square Enix's tight grip on the franchise and complicated legal rights with the music composers, Final Fantasy currently only contains 2 songs in Smash and no spirits outside Cloud himself. On a brighter note, something funny to think about is the fact that technically speaking, the Wii U of all things got an HD Final Fantasy VII World years before PlayStation ever did.
Corrin's debut game, Fire Emblem Fates, was only available in Japan at the time they became playable in Smash. Some fans criticized this inclusion as Super Smash Bros. 4 already had 2 Fire Emblem newcomers, and Roy appearing as DLC. With that said, Corrin has gained a strong fan base for being one of the most unique fighters from the Fire Emblem series. I mean, they turn into a dragon, that's just awesome. Much different than just your ordinary sword fighter. Despite the fact that the male Corrin is the default skin, the female version seems to be given more love throughout the games. Female Corrin has appeared as a Fire Emblem Cipher card, is playable in the Fire Emblem Warriors game, appears in the opening for the Ultimate, and is on the Classic Mode banner.
Bayonetta's debut game was released on the PS3 and Xbox 360. While it was widely loved by fans and critics alike, development on a potential sequel was plagued with financial problems. Sega didn't have the resources or desire to fund Bayonetta 2, as the game was expected to be a high-budget action game like its predecessor. In a surprise turn of events, Nintendo announced they'd pick up publishing rights and release Bayonetta 2 as a Wii U exclusive. Some fans of the original game were upset about the idea of having to buy a new console to continue the series, but the creator of Bayonetta, Hideki Kamiya, would point out that Bayonetta 2 wouldn't even exist without Nintendo. Another point of concern fans had was that Bayonetta's more sexy characteristics would be toned down when released on Wii U. The developers briefly shared this concern as well when designing her Nintendo costumes. They had an undershirt on the Link costume, but to Platinum Games' surprise, Nintendo requested that they had Bayonetta show more skin on the Link costume to stay true to her character. With that said though, Bayonetta obviously had to be toned down for her appearance in Super Smash Bros.
Inkling has the honor of representing the best game on the Wii U. They're also currently the only character in the series who made their debut on the Wii U. An argument could be made for Alf, but he's only an alternate costume for Olimar, whereas Inkling is a unique character. In the original Splatoon game, the developers were originally going to only have female Inklings be playable. This is why in the Splatoon series, the Inkling girl is usually displayed more prominently in marketing. In the first build of Splatoon, the developers experimented with blocks of tofu for their playable characters, but these were only intended to be placeholders until the characters were finalized. Still, can you imagine how hilarious it'd be to see blocks of tofu fighting each other in Smash?
Now for the big boys, Ridley. Ridley was one of the most requested characters in Super Smash Bros. History, not just to add more Metroid representation, but also because people just seem to really love scary demon purple dragon monsters. Hashtag Spyro 4 Smash Bros. Ultimate. Sakurai had trouble including Ridley as a playable character due to his being too big. I definitely know that Ridley is a much untapped name for fans, but if we made Ridley as a fire, it wouldn't be Ridley any longer. It would have to be shrunk down, or its wings replaced in size, or be unable to fly around freely. However, this all changed when Ridley was announced at E3 2018.
Several characters in Super Smash Bros. Have a strong connection to the 1980s cartoon show Captain N, the Game Master. These include Simon, Mega Man, Pit, Link, and Donkey Kong. Ultimate would mark the first time Simon and Samus could interact with each other, despite them both appearing in Captain N. Simon only appeared on the TV show, and Samus only appeared in the comics.
Richter wasn't always going to be the second Castlevania character. Sakurai's first choice was going to be Alucard, as he felt Alucard was a well-known character within the fanbase, and how he'd be a very unique character. However, Sakurai decided on Richter instead, as he felt fans would want to play as somebody from the Belmont family. Alucard would become an assist trophy instead.
King K. Rool, while being a fan-favorite Nintendo character, disappeared for nearly a decade before appearing in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. When Retro Studios worked on Donkey Kong Country Returns and Tropical Freeze, the Kremlings were nowhere to be found, due to Nintendo's desire to come up with an entirely new cast of enemies. Despite this, the final boss of Tropical Freeze shares very similar attack patterns to King K. Rool's bosses in the classic trilogy. After K. Rool's reveal for Smash Bros. Ultimate, Masahiro Sakurai would confirm that he made it into the game due to placing high on the list of requested characters in the fighter ballot from the previous installments. As a way to thank Sakurai for including him into the game, fans campaigned to sign a thank you letter to send to Nintendo. While Sakurai was too busy to directly respond to the letter, Nintendo assured fans that he heard the thank you messages from said fans.
Since her debut in Animal Crossing New Leaf, Isabelle has become a sort of unofficial mascot for the Animal Crossing series. She's run the Animal Crossing Twitter account, appeared in marketing for Pocket Camp, Amiibo Festival, and Happy Home Designer, and eventually went on to become the second playable Animal Crossing character in the Super Smash Bros. Series. When playing Animal Crossing New Leaf online with friends, if you talk to an Isabelle from another town, she'll claim to have many sisters who look exactly like her, who all share the same name. This is believed to be a reference to Nurse Joy in the Pokémon series, or Anna from the Fire Emblem series, who seems to always run the stores in their worlds, no matter which town the main character is in. Isabelle's name contains some fun Easter eggs in other languages. Her English name references the fact that her head resembles a bag of bells from Animal Crossing, even being referenced in Palutena's guidance speeches. Her Japanese name, Shih Tzu, being a pun off of the dog breed name, Shih Tzu, and the Japanese term for quiet branch. Her French name is Marie, a pun off of the French words for town hall and the mayor. Along Little Mac and Dark Samus, Isabelle is one of the only characters who started off as an assist trophy in one game before becoming playable in the next.
The roster for newcomers in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was decided early on in development. However, one character slot was left open for a character to represent Pokémon Sun and Moon. The exact character wasn't decided at first, since Sun and Moon wouldn't be released until a few months after development had started. Sakurai narrowed down his options to Incineroar and Decidueye. Decidueye was dropped due to their inclusion in Pokken Tournament. and Sakurai had always wanted to develop a character inspired by pro wrestling, which fit with Incineroar perfectly.
Prawn Plant was the first DLC character for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, before the Fighter Pass began with the release of Joker. However, it is theorized that this wasn't going to be the case, as Prawn Plant is currently the only DLC character in the game to have a Platina's guidance conversation. Prawn Plant also has a unique attribute where a crunched animation will counterattack opponents trying to full it.
This is Joker. The mission is go.
Joker is voiced by the same actor as Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's announcer and the voice of Master Hand, Xander Mobus. I really apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name. This marks the first time that an announcer voice actor also does the voice of a playable character. It's also the first time an announcer reprises their role, as Xander Mobus was also the announcer for the Wii U and 3DS games. Despite the fact that Persona 5 is currently a PlayStation exclusive, Joker has made more appearances on Nintendo systems than you may expect. He'd appear in Persona Q2 for the 3DS, Persona 5 Scramble for the Nintendo Switch, and he'd even make a cameo as an alternate costume for Itsuki in Tokyo Murasa's Sharp Iffy Encore. Persona 5 Scramble also has some unique music that can be unlocked if you have some save data from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on your Nintendo Switch. This same content can be unlocked on the PlayStation 4 version by linking save data with Persona 5 Royal.
Characters in the game's code are given codenames to keep their identities hidden from data miners, since the files for DLC characters are often stored into patches ahead of time to make the download process run smoother. Upon the initial release for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, 3 DLC files were found by data miners. PAC-MAN was easily deciphered as Piranha Plant, as its Japanese name is PAC-MAN Flower. Jack was correctly assumed to be Joker due to him already being announced as the first Fighter's Pass character. The identity of the third character named Brave was theorized to be a Dragon Quest character. There were 2 main reasons for this. The Japanese word for brave, Yusha, can also be translated into hero, which is a common default name for the Dragon Quest protagonists. This would all later be proven true when Hero was announced at E3 2019. And just for fun, here's the codenames for the other DLC characters. There's Buddy for Banjo-Kazooie, Doll for Terry, and Master for Byleth. During a live stream celebrating the launch of Dragon Quest XI-S, Sakurai made a guest appearance to discuss the hero in Smash. Sakurai confirmed that he originally wanted to include 8 playable heroes from across the Dragon Quest series. In the end, only 4 made it into the game to save on development time. Sakurai also said that if Square Enix wouldn't allow Hero to be playable, a slime was his second choice for a Dragon Quest character in Super Smash Bros.
Banjo and Kazooie made their debut on the Nintendo 64 and were heavily considered for inclusion in the original game. They didn't make it into the original game, and by the time Melee was in development, Rare was in the process of being purchased by Microsoft to help develop games for their Xbox console. Many felt this meant that the Baron Bird would never be in a Smash game now. That was until the head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, would tweet about how he'd love to see them appear in Smash. And on June 11th, 2019, the day of my birthday, Banjo-Kazooie would be announced for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Hey, cover!
Terry marks the first time in Smash history where a character was banned from tournaments before they were even released. Some tournaments decided to ban DLC characters until they felt the community was better prepared for them. But in the end, Terry's ban was lifted so we can all enjoy his awesomeness. Many beloved SNK characters were included as cameos for the King of Fighters stage, although Mai was noticeably absent. Sakurai explained the reasoning basically comes down to Mai's less than family-friendly appearance. This may also be the case for female Terry, who made her debut in SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy and was widely requested by fans. During the presentation showing off Byleth in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Sakurai revealed why a majority of Fire Emblem characters have counters. This was done as a way to mimic the turn-based structure of the Fire Emblem combat. The enemy taking their turn, and then your unit character counter-attacking. As a way to differentiate Byleth from the other sword fighters in the game, they can swap out their weapons depending on which way they're attacking. The Sword of the Creator is Byleth's default weapon. Edelgard's Amir is used for down attacks, Cloud's Fail Not is used for neutral attacks, and Dimitri's Eridbar is used for up attacks. I already apologize for mispronouncing any of these. Additionally, several characters from Fire Emblem Three Houses make cameo appearances in Garag Mach Monastery. That's all for today, so thank you all for watching this season of the Gaming Gallery.
If you'd like to watch more videos like this, we'll have a link to the Gaming Gallery playlist on screen.
And because YouTube doesn't allow more than 4 links on end screen, we'll have to link to everyone's channel listed in the description below, because YouTube is YouTube.
Thank you everyone for helping with this video.
Alrighty then, before I do the outro, is there any more mysterious sandwiches that appear? No? Gosh dang it, no more sandwiches this time.
Hey guys, thanks for swinging by and watching this video. It's been super fun to help put together and stuff, and I just want to give a quick thank you to the folks at Game for inviting me along. Not sure if this is the best place for a shameless self-plug, but if y'all want to, feel free to check out my channel. Got a lot of Minecraft stuff going on, but I'm working on some other stuff for the future. Be sure to check everybody else out too. They've all been super fun to work with, and I'm really, really happy to be part of this.
Well, that was pretty fun. And I want to thank the folks at Game for letting me be a part of this. If you would like to hear me blabber on about video games and more, check out my channel at Joey64. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.
A quick shout out to Later Gator to you for inviting me to help narrate this video along with everybody else. If you guys gotta know more about me, there's a link in the description below.
It says in the script to improvise an outro, but I don't really feel like doing one, so I guess for my improv outro, you can just use this. Hopefully you mash them all together and it makes some chaos or something, I don't know. Otherwise, this sounds weird.
Anyway, I've been Green Cobras Gaming. And I'll see you guys in the next episode of our discussions on Game. I'm out.
If you want to hear more of my voice, go follow me on Twitch. I'll do streams on there someday. Maybe. I don't know.
The script says for everybody to improv an outro, but I don't have a channel of my own to promote. So I'll just say thank you for allowing me to narrate another video. Although this will probably be the last time, as I'd like to retire from my role as Lord Narrator to focus on my Google Translating career. It's been a fun time, so thank you for watching.
This was a really fun season to work on for the Gaming Gallery. It was really fun working with everybody to make sure these videos were as great as they could be. I'm really happy with how nearly every single video turned out. So thank you all so much for watching.
And remember that in our hearts,
we are
gamers!
Without a sandwich.
Thank you all for watching, and I gave Gator his one catchphrase last time, so I'm not doing it again. #I'm a rebel.
James, you didn't say the thing!